So our first speaker is from Reearth, from Eukarya, from presenting on Flow. So coincidentally, I have worked on the version 0 of Flow. So some of the elements that I see in the UI is something that I developed myself. Kim was there working with me. So Kim-san is originally from Korea, but he's currently in Japan working with Eukarya. So over to you, Kim.
Okay. Uh, oh, uh, so, Chaipio. So let's start our today's lecture. So our title is the Your Spatial ETL Workspace in the browser together. So maybe someone know about the ETL or someone else do not have. So let me talk about that further. So let's get started. At first, today's agenda is look like this. The first, we're gonna talk about the who we are, and after the what is the real flow, and after that, we're gonna talk about the why we are building it, and after we're gonna show you some live demo, and after let's talk about the what's ahead, our further the plan. So let's get started. So first, we're gonna talk about the who we are. So we our company is named Eukarya and is located in Japan. And my name is Kwanhyun Kim. So originally I'm born in Korea, but for now I'm in Japan and do some GIS job in Japan. So I joined in Eukarya about a year and a half before, and for now I'm combining with the making the real flow. And previously, I worked on Korea's GIS companies for about 5 years, so I have some background about GIS. So for now, I'm working in Eukarya, and I'm located in Japan. So next, we're gonna say about the little thing about the Rears. Rears is the Eukarya's main product, so it's kind of the combine of the products, so it makes some ecosystem. So the Flow CMS visualizer, this thing is deconnected, and there's some new products like Veda and Navara. We're gonna talk it about the another session, so please join in here too. And for now, we are talking about this Flow. So also the Eukarya, we are impatient with the open source software development. So there is our GitHub. You can check it further. We make lots of the open source libraries like the Resume, the Krakow Session. So if you go into our GitHub, then you can check it. Then let's get started. In so I want to talk about the what is React Flow. So React Flow is before we talk about the React Flow, we should talk about the ETL. Is there anyone who know about the ETL? Please raise your hand. Oh yeah, someone know about it. So we're gonna explain about the ETL. The ETL is the stands for extract, transform, and load. So in other words, it will be mean about the read and do some stuff and write. So the data come from the reader and go through this transform and is extracted in this write session. So if you input some data, you can automatically get some the analysis data in here. That was the main concept of the ETL. So if you use ETL, you can do lots of things much easier. So this is some kind of the examples. So maybe you can cleaning and standardizing conceal address dataset. Maybe some dataset there is some addresses, there is some missing part, or there is some the maybe some writing some wrong. So those the exception can be do in ETL, and also cleaning utilities data for tree waters and asset management, and also maybe integrating multiple data sets for planning. So maybe like the data like the district plan, zoning, and food map. With with this data, you can do some maybe some buffer or clipping in the transformer. Then you can automatically do this analysis in ETL. And also In our real flow, we are supporting the 3D, so preparing 3D data for urban development simulation. Like these things in we can be do on real flow too. So also the our real flows, the specialized thing is the kind of the collaborative. So it's the collaborative ETL platform. So you can see some this cursor is from in screen. This cursor is the partner you're currently do this job. So the Rearflow is the powerful cloud-based ETL engine. So it is easy to so also this UI is pretty easy to use. So everyone can do same job in the one canvas, and also edit collaboratively to build expensive workflow and also automate your finished workflows. So this thing is our great part too. And also there's lots of the standout features in React something like this debug preview or the reusable workflow variables. If you make something, then you can use it after right away. Also, we support this some expression too. So like this expression, you can do what you want, and also there are some logs. So if there's some if you there's some trouble, then you can troubleshoot it easier in logging. And also you can automatically run the workflow too. So these ones are I think it's standout features of the React flow. And also we are using the open source technology under the like for example the React is flow handle the canvas with easy and YJS. It keeps data in your browser in order while the team collaborates. And Fashion and MapRiver and 3JS handle most of our visualization needs. And also, TanStack is used everywhere from routing to previewing. So this is the open source software we use, but there's a lot of more. So basically, we are under distro in the Go or Rust. For now, we are going to say about the why. So why are we are building the React flow? So when we do for for first time we got some make some visualizer and do some jobs on with visualizer and we use some the other company's ETL. So we in that time we issued with the lots of some pain points with the traditional ETL tools. So like the FME or maybe you guys can know that QGIS has some kind of like the ETL, the name the graphic modeler. So those things we are trying to using those things, but these things are pretty if from the installation and the license holder is pretty there's a pain. So this FME is pretty hard, have some high license fees too. And also it's hard to collaborate. It's basically is made those the traditional ETL is made for only one person. So if they want to share that their job work, then they should make some save file and they should send them to the other person and give back them data and put the data in their own project. So it's pretty hard to collaborate. And also scaling to a large data set can be difficult. So we are facing these pain points. So we are trying to make our ETL. So we are choosing the made in on web because we make it in web. Then there is a Jerry installer. So just you open the browser, then you can do your job. And also to make it real-time collaboration. If you like use Figma, then it looks like what it looks. And also it fits with more, if you're on the web, it fits modern open source software ecosystem. And fits within our growing real ecosystem. So everything, all open source and are integrated. and it's completely the by bring your own device too. So from now, I'm gonna show you some live demo about the real flow. So at first, the clean and convert. We got some urban POI data, and we're gonna clean that data. So it needs some 1 or 2 minutes to run this workflow. I already prepared the learned one. So basically, the UI looks like this, and if there is the reader, writer, transformer, and writer, so you can just drag and drop and choose some action, and then you can connect them with this port. So then if you input some data in this CSV reader maybe, then these data go into the next transformer. So with this move, the data keep analysis in itself. So for now, I already input some data in here. So we're gonna talk about. So like in this feature filter, we use some expression in here too. This expression is made by the RAI, but the beginner, they hard to use like this code maybe. So we are support some maybe name simple builder. So in this simple builder, it support to make the RAI code in here. So if you want put some directory path in here and file name here and click submit, it automatically make the example looks like this right code in here. So everyone can easily use their code in here. So after feature filter, the attribute manager is the sorting some data in here. So after is the writer. If you use some writer, then you can put out the data to your laptop. So also there is the data preview in here too. So you can highlight which data is on the map. So this is about the urban POI data, and also next is the spatial analysis. So in this real flow, you can do some spatial analysis. So let's gonna with this workflow is to find parks near schools. So in here, we should use the park and school data. So there is two reader, and we go. This one is the school data, and we got make some buffer in here. And after, so let me show. So this is the school, and if you go to here at this edge, then you can see there's the buffer in this point. And also, this data is the NASIX park data. So we're gonna in here we're gonna clip only the parks in the buffer. So in here you can see only only the parks within the buffer is in here now. So that was the find parks near school is the spatial analysis. So there is lots of the other spatial analysis the transformers in here too. And for next is the advanced 3D visualization. So we are supporting 3D, so you can create your 3D building models in here, or you can check your 3D maps. So it looks like this. So I'm gonna explain about that. That there is a GeoJSON data that have the hate field in its own, and feature filter. We first clean some data. If there is no hate or the value is not greater than 0, then we filtering that. And after the 3-dimension filter, it makes some add some jet dimension on the 2D data. So from here, the data will be go to 3D. And after this extruder, in extruder, give height as the real that the 3D model's height. And after then, we make it as a GLTF file. So at the first, wait. So this is the result. So you can see in this NASIX building data, there is also the height is inputted, so you can see this on in 3D on the rears flow. So our data formats are converted into a common format that the engine can more easily work with. So for now, the geometry types are flow geometry 2D and 3D and CCGML geometry. And we're gonna combine with this flow geometry 3D too. So that was the live demo. And so let's talk about what's ahead. So we're gonna from now on about 3-4 months we're gonna do some like the performance improvement and the make new transformers and bug fixes and SSM features and gather user and community feedback. And we're gonna planning to official release on the this year's FOSS4G Global. So we're gonna preparing about the full ecosystem integration and performance and reliable end-to-end and modern and robust functionality. So we are keep trying to get hard to make this better. So looking forward to feedback and ideas from the community. So there's our Discord channel and Rears Flows, the website, and there is also our GitHub too. So you sign in the Rears, then you can. So for now, there is Flow is now under distro development, so you can use Flow for now, but you can use the connected product like the Rears Visualizer or Rears CMS. Also, you can give us some feedback in Discord too. We are looking forward to it. So that was the end of today's lecture, today's talk. Thank you very much.
So we'll now have the Q&A. Anybody's got any questions around flow? Around anybody knows what anybody has worked with FME here?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to ask like how is it similar and different to FME? I mean, okay, that would be my question actually. How is it like similar and different from FME ETL process?
Mm-hmm. Uh, so if you so if you already use FME, then I can you are understand the FME is pretty heavy, and if data is pretty big, it takes a lot to run the whole workflow. So we are aiming to make it much more lightweight, and if you I just say so in FME you want to share your workflow, then you must make the FMW file and give it to the other people. But if you give them the workflow, but if they have not some the input data, then they should setting that all from the first time. So, but in our Rears flow, we have some the workflow asset. So if you just input some data in asset and share that workflow, then everyone can use that data in same time. So it's much easier to be cooperating. Mm-hmm.
I'll just repeat the question for everyone. So is it possible to add custom transformers or custom functions inside this function?
So for now, we are trying to keep make the new transformers for our company's engineers, but For now, if you want something, the customized function, you should use some maybe expression, or for now, you can use some Python code in here too. So you can make your own function with Python. So, but maybe in further, we can maybe make some your user transformer in there too. I'm gonna suggest it to the engineers maybe. Thank you for the idea.
Anybody, any other questions? Yeah. I'll just repeat the question. Is there any limit on the executions or quota limit or cloud? Like if I'm doing a lot of data processing, what would be the process?
Yeah, for now we are under developing, so there is nothing fixed for yet. So we are testing it and we are gathering some data from the users. So after that, we're gonna setting it gradually.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I have to repeat the questions for the recording. He's asking what are the security implications for running the data on cloud, and it's like your cloud. So, and they have a government data which is sensitive and they don't want to share that. So how does that work?
So basically, if you want to cooperate with the other people, then it will be maybe some there's some URL to the shares this workflow, then you can use that with your code with your URL, and also you can add some people as your cooperator in your workplace. So those things need some permission in the maybe some verifying the email. But if you share your workflow with only the sharing URL, then you should keep in mind do not that leak out somewhere.
Sorry. I also know a bit a thing about how this. Sir, yeah, audio off on a phone. Sorry. Yeah. So the project is open source, which means you can just take the code base and put it on your cloud and run it there, right? So, and if you want to make change anything, just take the code and do your changes, like for custom functions, custom URLs, whatever. Like that's what open source is, right? You're not tied to any ecosystem. You take and you make it better and you make it useful yourself. Sorry, there was one more question in the back.
Hi Kim, yesterday I hope you remember me. I attended the workshop. So I have one question in mind that like platform like Unpod a lot. Okay, so that also cloud based. You have GPUs and like you can take them on your own like require basis. So they have this costing model that even if you put some data and if you're not using your data, they will cost you. And apart from that, if you are using the GPU, that will also cost you. So if it's appropriate, would you like to answer like what will be your costing model and like price range if you have thought about it?
Yeah, thanks for your question. And as I mentioned, we are under developmenting, so those things are not these times concerning about. So we are trying to keep hard to make it as a product, and after that we're gonna setting those maybe some price or those things, and in graduate.
Any other questions from anyone?
You must have checked how much what could be the limit of 3D visualization? So, for example, I have data of 2.5 GB right now, so which I want to visualize on Earth. So, and it is going to increase to 50 GB, let's say. So, is there a limit that your re-earth flow sets or something like that?
Uh, so the about the limitation. So you can some kind you can input it as the customized value. So you can choose the limitation for your own.
Repeat the question. Sorry. So what about the materials and color preservation when you're working with 3D tiles? Is there a customization on that as well?
Yep. It's working on it's working on this. Yeah.
We had for the Q&A. The next session will start in 5 minutes. So if you want to go to another session or stay here, that's up to you. And thank you all for coming. A round of applause for Kim Sun.